which is kind of like the Super Bowl of our battles. And so,
Is that in Florida? Or?
That's not in Florida. That's actually up in Pennsylvania.
Slippery Rock.
Pennsylvania, yes. So it's not just coming out here and dressing up out on Landis Green because we think it's fun.
Yeah, I know that.
It's a whole nation of people doing this.
I've done a fight.
There are other foam fighting games that are around the nation as well. Some of them cross games, some of them come join our game, sometimes we go join their games. The rule sets are very similar, not always the same. Sometimes we're allowed to bring our weapons and fight with them, but sometimes they're not allowed to bring their weapons and fight with us just because there are different criteria of how your weapons have to be made or what materials they have to be made out of, whether they'll pass for safety rules and whatnot. So outside of the naked eye and the passerby are just watching us and thinking we look weird, silly, or cool, there is a lot of organization in this game, to the practices, to the gear, to the equipment we wear, that goes further out than what a lot of people give us credit for. So I've been fighting this game for over 10 years. There's people that have been out here for 10 weeks. So you're going to see a whole gambit of skill levels out here. The majority of these people, this is their chapter. Kanar is the Tallahassee group. Some people go to FSU, some people go to TCC, some people just live here in the community. But we all fall under the chapter of Kanar, which is nationally recognized within the game of Dagger. So.
It's left, I'm telling you.
Does anyone have anything else to add to these guys?
It's a lot of fun.
There we go.
What about shield kicking?
No,
Oh yeah, shield kicking.
So, yeah, why don't you talk about that, Richard?
Like Kanaran itself is its own continent, and there are so many different regions within that continent, each of them with their own sort of ways. There are some kingdoms, there are some military style areas. There's a lot of areas under debate. Like right now, there's a group sieging an island to the north called Sumir, and that's being contested for right now.
Whoa. They only want to invade so that they can change the name.
But still, it's being contested for. Like, regardless.
It's ridiculous. Those
I'm
damn
gonna laugh when one of you guys
islands.
accidentally shoots a pedestrian.
Anyways, keep going, Richard.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
But because it's as Rich was explaining, there's a lot of lore, there's a lot of story. We really get passionate about these stories. These people that we're playing are ourselves in a parallel universe. They aren't separate characters. They aren't different people. They're just us in another place.
Yeah.
So you get really connected to these people, including your friends and your family and everything. So
Sometimes stories will intertwine. Like, I know I ran into several people that are in this chapter on my adventures. Like, figures. I'm traveling with them right now because I can. I ran into, I don't know where Hillary is, but I ran into her character once and got on a boat. Why not? And it's not just like specifically, humans. There's elves, there's dwarves, there are strange races. Like, we have a hobbit, we have a kinder.
I mean, she's technically an alien.
Alien. We have half giants. We have all
Hobbits and hobbits.
Yes, and hobbits and kinders. But you're too late, kinders. Get over it.
It also, a lot of times it'll run over
anyone
your
can have a
personal life.
So it doesn't matter. You're allowed to pick up whatever gear you want. There is no rule set on what gear you can and cannot pick up. It's whatever your preference is. Whatever you decide to make, what looks cool, what you think is fun. We don't have classes in this game like you might think of as Dungeons and Dragons. It really is your physical skill level. There's virtually no magic in this game. We do have healing spells. They rarely get used. It's the only magic we have unless a scenario calls for something that kind of has to do with magic. But it is strictly your skill level. I can't say, I've been fighting for 10 years, I'm the best one out here. No, I have to show my skill on the battlefield. These guys, from the 10-week fighters to the 3 or 4 year fighters that we have out here, other than myself, I will die to them just like I'll die to anyone else. Like, their skill level grows the more they grow. When we started coming out here, I would teach them different weapon skills I was good at, but then they would meet other people who've been fighting for a while, and they would teach them their skill levels with different weapons. I've taught some of the people here how to do armor making, and so they went on and done armor. I taught a few of these guys how to make weapons, and then they got good at making weapons, and they taught more people how to make weapons. And it's just you can just keep trying to pass these skills down so that we can keep this game going, we can keep this chapter going, and make it grow by helping each other grow. So that is one thing that we do, and we take a lot of pride in, is helping each other,
Oh, it's okay.
pushing each other to strive and defend, better fighters, better armor makers, better weapon builders, and just better people for this game in general.
Marathons.
How long do these, like, rest? How long do those last?
Our practices are scheduled for roughly 4 hours from noon to 4. It's really whoever gets out here and whenever we leave. It's come and go as you please. So, on the terms of how many practices you show up to, if you feel like fighting, great, come out and fight. You'll have more fun doing that. When we're here at practice, we'll take some water breaks. Sometimes they last a little longer than they should. Sometimes they're real quick. It just depends what the group is feeling.
Now, the other thing that's real cool about this,
I showed up a little late today, so these guys
You
were
don't wanna
already
use this
fighting.
hand?
They're
Okay.
kind of tired because they were already
Yeah,
fighting, so
I
they're
saw
taking a
that.
break.
It's a-
But it looks like they're starting to go out and start fighting some more. There is no set
No.
time. We're pretty loose out here when it comes to our practices. If you go to an event, the event will be organized by Heralds or whatever group is hosting that event, and
It won't
they'll
work
have a
that
set
well,
schedule.
but yeah.
They'll call people out to the field, and they'll call water breaks, and then they'll try to get people back out. There'll be pickup battles between main battles. Pickup battles are just little small scenarios or just little one-on-one fights, just to keep people going. But our practices aren't
I really didn't mean to shoot
as
at you guys.
organized
That was just all of.
as you would see other events.
I'm offended.
It looks like these guys are about to start a battle. What are you guys doing? King battle. All right, go ahead and run it. I'm gonna have these guys probably watch you and fight with you and do those things with you.
Yeah, we kind of need to. Is it alright if we take footage?
Footage, of course. Always.
But I encourage both of you, please do some fighting today. Do some a couple big battles just to get an idea of it. Do some one-on-one fights. Ask other people questions. If you guys got a set of questions that you want to ask people, feel free, please. Every one of these people have different experiences with this game. They've been fighting for different times, and they have different goals and reasons why they fight. So ask them, please.
And then if you guys want to get on the field, I can teach you basic rules. And after that, I can teach you like some of the different dynamics of certain battles. Single blue? Alright. Alright. You guys want, you can watch the king battle first, because that's probably going to be happening while unless she's getting the battle.
Yeah, she's getting that.
Alright,
Okay. Okay, I will
I'll
take
be the one that fights.
Okay, I can take the tape.
so this is a single blue. It is a one blue. They're very basic, very fun. So they don't hurt. There are 5 hit points on your body: your arms, your legs, and your torso. Torso is anything a woman's one piece or leotard will cover. So from the shoulders all the way down, back up around.
Oh, I forgot to ask. If you have armor, does that protect?
It takes 1 hit, yes. It takes 1 hit to break through your armor, and then you take another hit to essentially defeat them. There are specific rules for armor, like they have to be of a certain thickness. Like this will pass. These pockets will also pass, but this pocket right here does not pass. If you hit this pouch, I'm technically going to take that as a torso shot because that's right on where the torso area would be. That's right over my body. That's torso. We don't encourage nut shots. If they do happen, I'm warning you, it happens. We don't encourage it. As you see, there are 2 different sides to the sword. You have your flat, and you have the blade. The blade is what you hit with. Those are what all the thin one. This one here, right here. On yours, it'd be right here. So I have to hit you here for it to count. If I hit you like that, that's my flat. Technically, that's not going to cut through anything. The blade will do the damage. If your hand is on your weapon, you will not lose your arm up to your wrist. After that, you lose an arm. Same with your foot on the ground. If foot's on the ground, that can go up to your ankle, and your foot would be safe. And then past that is a leg. If you are legged, you must take a knee. You cannot hop around. It's not safe.
Do people drag their?
People have dragged. If
Or do
you
they usually stay like?
You can stay solid. You can stay still. I know I like to kind of like hobble, like scoop myself around. I'll use my hands to like push myself up and around. If it's a larger battle like this, you can have people pick you up by one arm. Like they'll extend their arm out and they'll carry you across the field. And then once they let you go, you have to go back up.
Can they be healed?
There are rules for healing. It takes too long. In essence, it's a certain amount of syllables. I think it's like 100 and something, over 150 that have to be said, and you have to stand there
And defend yourself.
pretty much. And this, for small things like this, there's no point. That's why we do a lot of respawn battles, where if you die, you go to the respawn point and you come back. Like with the king battle, each side has a king.
That's what I heard. But
You have infinite respawns until your king is dead. So the goal is to kill the king to win. We used to have crowns. We used to have leather raised crowns. I don't know what they want. But they'll usually just like raise their hand and be like, I'm the king, and they'll stay towards the back most of the time because your king's not gonna go straight up into the center of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is there a boundary?
Yes. For this field, the sidewalk and these bushes are technically the edge of our world. You just don't cross the edge of the world because it's equivalent to falling into a giant lava pit with sharks and spikes. You're dead. There's no contest to it. The sharks don't kill you, the spikes will, or the lava. You're dead.
So the people right there, are they, so someone's attacking them?
A battle legged.
Yeah, why don't they just
It's for a battle like this, it's much easier to leave your opponent's leg because they can't rush to defend their king as fast. So what the leg people are doing is
so
they're
they can respond?
yes, you can respond. So rather than have them respond, you just leave them legged. That's if they're slower. And so what a lot of them will do is they will try to get the attention of the people, the other fighters. As you can see, there are lots of different fighting styles. See how Garrick there in the red kilt, not the red kilt, the green kilt, how he has a two-handed weapon, it's really big. That is a blade, that is a red weapon. A red weapon, when used with two hands and a baseball-like swing, can break a shield into a hit. Break the shield itself. Technically, it is broken. What?
Does it go through the front?
It is a two-handed swing. It'll go through on it.
But is a shield like different from armor?
Shields are different from armor. Shields can take infinite hits from blues. It can take hits from arrows unless they have block damage, but that's...
What is this one called?
This is a blue. So I can hit a shield as many times as I want. Just all day. I can go to town on a shield. But a red comes in with its two-handed. And they're pretty audible and you can feel them. It'll jostle your shield a little, depending on the fighter. You have spears here, which have wound damage, bleed, and stabbing damage. You can get speared in all four limbs and not die. Spears only count for death if they hit you in torso. Whereas if I were to hit you with my sword in, let's say, an arm and a leg, you're dead. Because you've lost two limbs. So death is a loss of two limbs or a single hit to the torso.
So when could I get into the next game?
Well, spy with me a little bit, and then
Oh, yeah.